The 3 times my ex-wife tried to take my daughter away from me and move to another state. The one thing that I forgot to mention in part 1 was that my great lawyer cost me $10,000 up front for the first court appearance. I really didn't have much of a choice but to hire him. As I said in part 1, I had met with several lawyers prior to meeting with him. And everyone turned down my case the second they read that I was being accused of deviant sexual behavior. About 6 months later, I got served papers to appear in court again. My ex-wife was trying to take my daughter away from me and move 300 plus miles away once again. This time, however, she is more honest, and her reasoning is that she is now engaged to be married to her boyfriend and she wants to move closer to him. Her thinking seems to be that since she is engaged to be married, the judge will look differently on her efforts to move 300 plus miles away and take my daughter away from me. I hire the same lawyer, and it costs me another $10,000. The day before we are to appear in court, I got a phone call from my lawyer telling me that the court date is being postponed by 1 week. He says that my ex-wife's lawyer had a family emergency. Her lawyer's father has suddenly become very ill, and so he needed to take some time off to deal with the situation. Remember this part. It becomes important at the end of part 3. A week later, we appear in court, and her new lawyer really has it together for her case. We also have a different judge this time. Come to find out that the previous judge was filling in for this new judge, because this judge had some medical condition that needed to be attended to at the time of the first court appearance. Her lawyer puts her on the stand, and she explains how she has a job waiting for her that is exactly the same as her current job, and all sorts of stuff as to why moving will be a great thing for our daughter. When it's my turn to testify, I get to tell the judge how I am a very active father in my daughter's life, how I attend all of her sports events even when it's not my parenting time days, how I take her to the science museum, as well as many other fun and educational activities. When we are both done testifying, the judge starts to give his ruling. With what he is saying, and as he is explaining his decision, it seems like he is going to rule for my ex-wife and allow her to move and take my daughter. When I realize what is about to happen, I interrupt the judge. I'm almost in tears, and I say, "Your Honor, please don't take my daughter away from me." Immediately after I say this to the judge, my lawyer stands up, and he reminds the judge of a specific law in the state that we are in. The law basically says that one parent can only be allowed to move and take a child away from the other parent if the reason for moving is somehow going to be a significant improvement in the life of the parent who wants to move. For example, if she was being promoted to a new position, or had a new job waiting at the new location that involved a significant pay increase. This law did not say that a future marriage was a good enough reason. She had just testified that the job she was being offered was the same rate of pay as the job she currently had. Nothing else in her testimony was any sort of significant improvement to what she was doing currently. The judge agreed and ruled against her moving away and taking our daughter with her. The judge told her that she was allowed to move away, but she was not allowed to take our daughter with her. Once again, and now $20,000 poorer, I won in court. But now I was broke. Just 1 week later, I get served papers to appear in court again. She now has a new plan to get the judge to allow her to move 300 plus miles away and take our daughter with her.